Hi everyone, welcome to Closet Confections TV and another edition of Friend Friday. This week's topic is blogger self-promotion. Specifically with fashion blogs and self-promotion, how much is too much, when do you know it's too much, and also when are you doing it wrong? So I'll just jump right into the questions. Question number one is, how do I promote my blog? I'm kind of new to this whole fashion blogging scene. I've been doing it since April this year, and so right now I'm really trying everything just to see what sticks in terms of promoting my blog. So a couple of things that I do, I am on Twitter at Closet Tweets, and I'm also on Facebook. And every time I do a post, or pretty much every time I do a post, I do like to throw a link up on these on my Twitter and also on my Facebook page, just so that all of my followers just know that I have a new post coming up. I also use Twitter to try to reach out to different other bloggers, other people in the industry, or people that are just good connections to reach out to my readers. And that I use social media, of course, to promote my blog. I also leave comments on other blogs. There are, like, a ton of blogs that I like to follow. I respect their style, I admire their style, I like their content, what they have to say. So of course, in order to build, there's like a whole blogger community, and so I like to be an active participant in that. So I do comment on other people's blogs. Relevant comments, though, that's the key, relevant comments. I also do attend networking events. I know blogging is, very behind the scenes. You're behind a computer, typing away at your keyboard, and so sometimes it's easy to forget that human interaction. So since everything is online, it does help to kind of step out from behind the keyboard and get to meet people face to face. Some of the best contacts that I've made have been people that I've met at an event or at a show or a conference or something like that. I also have business cards just to, show that I'm serious about what I'm doing, and so people can find me afterwards. Doing guest posts. Again, this is something that I haven't really had time, I haven't had time to really sit down and focus on where I want to guest post and building those relationships, but it's definitely something that's top of mind and on the top of my list of priorities to do. Weekly roundups, so things like this, Friend Friday. Friend Friday. You'll also notice on my blog the It List, just kind of weekly roundups where a bunch of bloggers get together and kind of share their thoughts on a certain topic, or the 30 for 30 wardrobe challenge, where 300 bloggers are all committing to only wear 30 items for the next 30 days and not do any shopping. So things like that, weekly roundups or monthly roundups, where you kind of create a community. I like to participate in things like that. YouTube videos like the one you're watching now. Also, seeking out PR opportunities. This one is the one that takes a lot of time. You kind of have to leave no stone unturned. You have to be willing to face a lot of rejection, but when you do kind of strike gold and get lucky and get an opportunity to be featured, it helps immensely. So I've been featured on MTV Style, Glamour.com, Essence Magazine, also pursuing opportunities with Lucky Magazine. So all of these things, in a perfect world, these people would come to me and they'd be knocking down my door, but so far that hasn't happened yet, so I have to really go out and seek opportunities. And then lastly, just fashion community sites. I dabble in these. I haven't really, I know for some people it's been very successful, very helpful in building traffic, but for me, I just kind of do it when I have time, because I haven't really seen much from it. So things like lookbook.new, Chictopia. Actually, the Chictopia community is pretty good, but Wardrobe, things like that. I do have profiles on all these sites, but I don't devote a lot of attention there. Question number 2. In your experience, what's been the most effective form of self-promotion? So out of all the things I've listed, definitely the weekly roundups. The reason I think that works so well at building traffic is because you already have a built-in community of people who are focused on the same topic, and so obviously we're all interested in increasing our readership, and so when we're all focused on the same goal and of one mind, I think that there's strength in numbers, and it definitely helps in terms of SEO value, the reciprocal links, and just, having a community, having some momentum going. Leaving comments on other people's blogs. Like I said, thoughtful comments, not just the, oh, cute outfit, follow my blog, follow me on Twitter. I try not to leave, I don't leave comments like that. It's just, leaving comments on a regular, consistent basis. You'd be surprised. Like, I've left comments on some very popular bloggers' blogs, and then, not really thinking of it. I'm thinking like they get hundreds of comments, like they're not going to recognize me. But then you meet this person in real life at a conference or at an event, and then it's happened where they're like, oh, I know you, I remember you, I know your handle, or your username. And it's so these things, like if you're leaving useful, relevant comments on a consistent basis, people do notice these things. And also too, if their readership are kind of similar to you, then people click on those links and will come check out your site too if they see that you're leaving relevant, useful, timely, topical responses. Also too, the networking events. The networking events, like I said, meeting people face-to-face in person, that's helped immensely. Not maybe so much with actual traffic back to my blog, but in terms of building relationships, getting to meet other bloggers, having kind of a support system, people you can go to for advice. Also meeting people in the industry in order to get invited to events, kind of know what's going on and who's who and what's happening. Definitely the in-person events help with that. Question number 3, do you think there's a wrong way to promote yourself and your blog? Definitely. Obviously, you're doing something wrong if you're, spinning your wheels and doing all these things and your traffic isn't picking up. People come to your site maybe once and then they don't come back, or people just don't come at all. Then, I might have to question, you might have to question your methods. Also, too, something I touched upon was just like the spammy comments. Like, I've been on sites and the blog posts to say about, cupcakes. Oh, I made these great cupcakes last night. Here's the recipe. And then in the comments, it's like, oh, great, love your blog. I've, found my future husband on this dating website. Come check it out. Obviously, totally irrelevant, totally inappropriate, obvious spam. So things like that. That's definitely the wrong way to try to promote your blog. And also too, doing things that are negative or just for shock value. I know some people use it as a tactic, but that's not really sustainable, because there's always going to be something more shocking, more disgusting. So I mean, who really wants to get caught in that game? Question number 4, when it comes to others pushing their product, what annoys you? It just annoys me, like, if the product sucks, if someone's promoting something that, is of mediocre or lackluster quality. Also, too, sometimes people can promote products that are good, but there might be a lack of integrity. Like, for instance, if I go to a blogger's site, it's a fashion blogger, and he or she is all about avant-garde, indie designs, everything that's cutting edge and new, and then all of a sudden, they're promoting, like, Old Navy or The Gap, then, I question that. That would kind of annoy me, because it's like, why are you promoting something that I've been following your blog for the last year, and I've never seen you wear that? Where did this kind of come from? So things like that annoy me. Lastly, recently there was a blog post where the author wrote, and I quote, "It's impossible to respect someone who wants all the attention but adds nothing worthwhile to the conversation." And the question, do I agree? Of course, yeah, I agree. In terms of people who kind of are attention-seeking, that's fine. I mean, obviously, if you have a blog that you're putting out there for the public, obviously you're attention-seeking. But if you're not adding anything valuable to the community, to the blogosphere, can you respect them? No, because, I'll have to say that I'll assume that these people just don't know any better. that would be my assumption. I mean, it's hard work doing this and trying to figure out, especially when you're new and you're just kind of trying to test everything and seeing what sticks to the wall. And then if you go out and you see these negative examples out there, like for instance the spammy comments, then you might think like, oh, okay, if I do this, then maybe, you know, this will lead to my blog being popular or people will learn about me. And so not using, I guess, your common sense, not thinking things through, and just kind of doing whatever without any thought behind it, I think is what I'm assuming a lot of these people are falling victim to. So in that respect, yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to respect someone like that. But hopefully they'll live and learn. You know, I'm all for making mistakes, and as long as you learn from them. So that about wraps up this week's topic, and hopefully you enjoyed it. And like I said, you can always find me at closetconfections.com. Until then, stay tuned for next week's edition of Friend Friday. Bye.